Hello everyone, it is Sydney or Autumn Plains and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be touring an island that I have been hyped for ever since I saw the first pictures on social media. This is Dahlia by Vicky, also known as Ephemere ACNH on social media. She has Instagram and Twitter. I will link those in the description down below. I'm going to read off of the Dream Addressed post on Instagram, just so that way we have an idea of the image for Dahlia that Vicky has. So Dahlia is an overgrown vintage cozy fall island. There are gifts in front of resident services. The house is not decorated, so we won't go inside today, and beaches are minimally decorated. So with that in mind, we will go ahead and just get this tour started because, again, I have been so hyped to tour this island from the first moment I laid eyes on it. Here we have our entrance with such adorable items such as the new bike from the update. The decoy duck is one of my favorites too, along with the Berliners. This already sets the tone, such a cozy, wonderful vibe. And look at that water terraforming. This was the entrance that I saw where I knew immediately that was going to be such an inspirational island to me, and I knew that I wanted to tour it right away. Something about the bridge, the way that it sits diagonally like that and you can see resident services in the background, just seems so cozy. We have a ladder, so I'm assuming we might need to use that at some point. The flower petal basket. A basket bag. Lacy parasol, very pretty. A straw boater. And... ooh, the straw hat. Let's wear the straw hat. Something about how round it is like the perfect thing for me. And let's go ahead and walk around with that basket bag too, because I think... Which color is it? Ah, it matches so well with the hat. So, I think what I'll go ahead and do is I'll start making my way to the right, circle around and make our way back here. And we already have this adorable little set of items here. The sewing kit with the codes that Vicky has chosen, especially the one with the scissors and the ribbon, really tie this whole vintage feel of the island together. And I think I'll start with down this way first and circle back around. So over here on this beach we have some of the yachts and whatnot sitting up here. And if you're ever stuck on how to decorate your beaches, hello Maple, you're cute. I'm sorry, if you're ever stuck on how to decorate your beaches, I feel like using a combination of natural little filler codes, some weeds planted, and plucked flowers. So these over here and over here are actually flowers that were planted on the beach. The actual flowering bit was plucked, or just didn't grow it to that stage, because on the beach, whatever stage you have it planted at is where it will stay. And I think that's so cute. That adds a little bit of variation of what kind of nature elements that you may have on your beach. That and the beach towels are perfect because they're meant for the beach, of course, and you can either use the codes that you get in your little thing that you save, or you can use the little designs that you get from one of the Able sisters too. Those make really nice little details to add. A little seating area is also some good inspiration as well. My favorite to use, which Vicky has used here, are the log items customized into that light wood kind of color. It really goes well with the beach and somehow just sits so well. I'm gonna make my way back up where we have a little wishing well area. Maybe it's not a wishing well, probably just a well. And this garden faucet. Just listening to the little pitter patter of the water gives me the serotonin that I need. I also need to remember to get the recipe for this ukulele. Whenever I see it, I love it, especially in little picnic areas, but I don't think I have this recipe, and then when I do, I never remember to craft and use them. So I'm gonna take note of that. Up here, we have what appears to be Nook's Cranny. Now, I don't know what the consensus is of how it actually works. People tend to disagree on how it works. I was under the impression that after 30 days of in-game play that Nook's Cranny would upgrade no matter what, but I think it might be dependent on how many bells you spend at Nook's Cranny. You can keep it small like this, which is perfect for having vintage and rustic kind of islands. And it goes so well with what looks like a farmer's kind of market vibe that's going on outside. Hello, fauna. I'm going to keep my way rightward, if that's a word, and we're going to keep touring from there. So, I think maybe I'll head up this way first, unless that's going to bring us... No, I'm so sorry. I'll keep going to the right down this way, and hopefully it'll circle around. I'm just going to take a little peek over here in this bridge area, the river mouth. What I really love about this is that you have the vibe of a creek going on, which I've been trying to recreate on my own island, where you have this beautiful little setting with the bridge in the front, trees in the background, and the river just kind of winds and turns all sorts of different ways. It's very natural and very beautiful. And next, I think we'll take a look at this beach down here, where it looks like we have a villager house. I love these little standee cutouts paired with the vertical board fences. It's just such a cute little touch. We have some more of that log furniture next to Melba's house. I did see her walking oot and a boot. I think her house is perfect for the beach, just because it's got the kind of shape, and the roof especially is perfect for it. And I think something that pairs really well, not only with Melba's house, but just being on the beach in general, is this wooden storage shed. It's perfect as a way to get into your storage while you're working on the beach, but also it can kind of pass as one of those little outhouses that you see on the beach sometimes. Really, really cute. Never thought I'd say an outhouse is cute. Another thing that's really adorable that I'm seeing right now are these little rope things. Something very, very beachy about it. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever really seen those kinds of things at the beaches I go to, but I think it's really nice. And I'm noticing here on the pier, I'm not seeing Cap'n, so I'm going to assume that we've kept Blathers in his tent. When we reach the museum, we will see if that's correct. And Vicky has this little seating area right on the pier that's so adorable, especially with this view of the lighthouse in the background. I'm actually going to make my way back up through this way so we can get a closer look at the lighthouse. And then make our way back in. Another decorating tip, we love dropped items. I love dropped items, so I can already see the pumpkin, this pine cone, and the peach dropped on the table, so don't be afraid to drop items like the books or whatever, those lost items. Don't be afraid to drop them around on your island and on the tables. Oh, and there is our museum, so we were correct. Blathers is kept in his tent. You can keep him in his tent by not donating the 15 items to expand. However, there is one drawback with that. Once you place Blathers' tent where it is, that's where it's going to stay. If you want to move it, unfortunately, you would have to upgrade past the tent. So make sure if you want to keep Blathers in his tent, that you are sure of where he's going to go. I'm going to use this to circle back left. Oh my goodness, how did I not notice this? This is a little peach orchard leading up to Leading up to the tent, I was so focused on the museum that I didn't notice this adorable little peach orchard. We love an orchard moment. And over here we have one of those wells that I think is serving as a clothes washing area. And I just love that kind of thing to build so much, especially with my favorite pre-update item, the clothesline. It is universal, it is multifaceted. I was gonna joke and say never seen before, but if you've taken a look at even my islands, they are everywhere. They're so versatile. You can use them near your beaches, you can use them in front of your houses, in front of your villagers' places. I like to use them along where there's water areas, like maybe a lake or a river, just to have the illusion of, ooh, we're using the water that's a natural resource to wash our clothes. I'm going to take this opportunity to head up this incline where we have another little picnic area with these decorative bottles, which are in one of my favorite colors, because maybe it's like, ooh, you have a little glass of milk. It's the little white frosted version with this bread basket. My favorite food item, by the way. And I think this is Ellie's house. I confuse hers with B's, but I know B's like by eyeball, so I'm pretty sure this is Ellie's. This is very adorable. I love the storefronts mixed with the silos and windmills. Those are like the farm kind of combo. So if you're ever going for farm core, those are items that I would definitely recommend pairing with one another. And then I believe this is Fang's house, where we have a little cafe in between them. And I love this oh so much. I'll go ahead and I'll go down this incline here, and I'll go back this way just to make sure there's nothing that we missed. And we almost did. I have something similar to this on my own island, where on the entrance I also have this spooky carriage, but I don't think I've ever really seen many people use it in this darker white. Darker white doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean, where it's not orange or yellow. And I think it looks so good with that topiary and the hanging party lights behind it. It just makes a great centerpiece. So if you want to use this on your island, you don't know what to do with it, use it as a little centerpiece. However, I will go back this way, because I do believe that we see our resident rep's house. And I mean, look at this. Seeing the little gazebo, or I don't know what that item is, towards the right in the background, as well as the little windmill gently spinning in the wind. It is a perfect meadow farm-esque vintage thing. I can't say that enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a closer look. We're gonna cross that bridge. And just looking at all these things up close, this feels so cozy to walk around through. And it looks like we have a sign that points us right over to here from that side. So I'm just gonna follow the path this way, and it looks like we have our secret beach along with a secret little hammock. This is so cute. I love the hammock item. I feel like I don't use that enough. And this secret beach is so gorgeous. It's giving me sort of, I don't know whether to call it nostalgia. I guess it is. It's giving me warm, cozy, fuzzy vibes from when I went kayaking with my partner recently, and we were looking at homes along the river. Not to buy or anything. Goodness, no, not in this economy. We were looking at the homes that were there, though, and a lot of them had either outdoor seating or their patio was very elegant, like this, where you kind of just dine and drink your cider outside by the water. And it's so beautiful. So I really appreciate that Vicky put that there. I'm gonna continue working my way leftward now, where we have a wishing well. Another thing that I would highly suggest and take for inspiration. I have one on my own island, Biscuit, and This is such a good little thing to add, and I love that she has this here, especially with the little dropped bells. This is a really good thing to take inspiration from for filler areas, whether they're big or small. I've seen people make them larger areas as well, but especially a small area, just adding these little custom codes down below, filling with flowers and dropped bells really makes for a sweet little addition, especially if you're going for that natural vintage kind of feeling on your island. And across this adorable little bridge we have Blair's house, who's got another little farm-esque kind of thing going on, again with the frosted little bottles. The milk cans are a great combination with it, so it's almost as if she's a little milk farmer. It's adorable. With another little picnic seating area with the stroller. I think it was in my tour of Cottontail that I mentioned the stroller before too. And let me see if I can get a good angle of this double bridge moment along with the oh my goodness, I'm having such a hard time with the stroller. See, there's a little baby in the stroller. It's a little teddy bear. That's so cute. And then we get a nice, beautiful look at this double bridge moment. We are going to continue our tour. I'm just going to take a look and see, because I do see a house over here. I want to see this first before I miss it. I am going to miss things. I think I may have mentioned that before, but if I have not, I'm going to miss things on this tour because that's just what I'm known for. So please tour this for yourself. I will put the dream address in the description down below as well. And here we are, stumbling upon the campsite. I love the campsite. This is such a beautiful view. Having all these trees surround the campsite just takes me back to New Leaf. New Leaf's graphics, even though they're not in comparison to New Horizons, of course, something about that just feels so nice. Having all these different colors of leaves on the hardwood, it just reminds me of a simpler time. I'm going to try and get a more wide angle of the campsite, and how you do that is you press the minus button on your controller, and that'll put it into a little first person view, and then you press it again, it'll put it in a tripod thing where you can walk into the photo. Whoops. And then one more time, puts it back into the very first view, and for whatever reason, that allows you to bring the camera a little taller. I don't know how it works or why it works, but I love it. So that's a way to get a little bit more into your views. We are going to continue to the left side over here, where we're seeing another beach. And I love that we've used the vertical board fencing, not only as fencing, but as gates as well. That kind of makes me think of that metalcore kind of vibe I've seen on some islands. And we have the wind turbines in the background with some more of these beach towels. From here, I'm going to work my way downward. And then I'm going to follow this sign to the left, where we have this gorgeous wheat field. One of my favorite items, by the way. This is stunning. This is a view, especially with the windmills and the bridge as backgrounds. Alright, moving on from this area. Ooh, this looks like it might be the peninsula, and it is. It looks like we have a little bakery on the peninsula, and I know this is one of the more difficult areas to decorate, such as the beaches as well. So if you're looking for something to do with your peninsula, I feel like a little bakery, especially using those storefronts, make a really, really cute way to have that decorated. And we have another little blanket area, and this little hat code, I see it all the time and I never use it. Maybe I'll use it on my island at some point, but we need more coat space. We really need more coat space. Because I see all of these and I want them on my island, but I don't want to get rid of anything that I have. I'm going to follow this pathway down. I'm going to head towards the left to make sure we don't miss what's over here. And here we have Bee's house. Just look at this. This is very vintage, very grandma-esque, especially with this crocheted little blanket. Look at how cute it is. Definitely gives me grandma vibes, especially with these coats, the scissors and the ribbon again. And the kids' tents also make a great way to decorate your beaches. If you're a little stuck, that's what I ended up doing, was I grabbed the brown colored ones and these off-white colored ones and just threw them on my beaches. And especially paired with little blanket codes and these smaller items. It's just so cute and perfect. Vicky really did a great job combining these items to make a cozy little space on her beach. Alright, that looks like it takes us back up to the peninsula, so I will go back this way because I do believe, I can't remember whether we take a right here or if it's a right up there. I think it's up there. So this takes us to the left of resident services, where we have like a community library of some sorts with the tiny library and the stacked books. That's really adorable. I feel like I've seen that on the internet before, where people actually have little tiny libraries in their neighborhood and you can leave books and take books. And it's a great way for people that are less fortunate to be able to read. And I believe that takes us back to our entrance. And again, I feel like I probably have missed stuff. So, like I said earlier, tour this island on your own. I'll put the dream address down below. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and thank you, Vicky, for allowing me to tour your wonderful, inspirational island for our community today. And if you like videos like these, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so that way you don't miss when I post any of these again. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye!